Ladies and gentlemen, I do a monthly fundraiser every single month to keep THORnews up and running. Right now is that magic time. We only got 667 days to go with 6.5 days left. So if y'all would like to contribute, it would be greatly appreciated. And now on to the obsessive watching of, for now, we will call it the June 7th hurricane, tropical storm, depression, or thing that disappears like a fart in the wind. We're checking in on Boo, the Florida Wave Master, because I like to check a bunch of multiple sources. Anyway, Boo is pointing out what I'd noticed earlier. The GFS, the Euro, and the CMC all at hour 240 seem to be in good agreement on, yep, we're going to have some type of a storm in the Gulf and its location. And the last few model runs have been having this trend towards Texas. Now, I think it'll trend, if you follow Boo's rule about the storm tail, it'll go east to Florida. But nobody knows where it's going to go, man. Although there was someone who made a comment on my last video going, I know what's going to happen next. Some of us know the future. I was like, oh, you mean like when I reminded you guys in January, in February, in March, and in April that after the Venus retrograde of May, like the whole world was going to lose its mind? So yeah, sure, some of us can figure stuff out, but where this storm is going and what its intensity level will be and how deadly and dangerous and damaging, I don't think anybody knows. Anywho. So yeah, this is like 10 days before this thing is at the Gulf Coast doorstep, unless something radically changes and the atmospheric defense team blows it into oblivion. Now, what the atmospheric defense team appeared to do all throughout 2019 was blast most of the rain and convection to the east of the storm, leaving the low in the middle, which does not allow it to intensify rapidly, so we don't get Category 2, Category 3, Category 4, or Category 5 landfalling hurricanes. Will that trend continue? I pray to God so. And did I mention the King Euro? Because they call it King Euro because it nailed Hurricane Sandy. So once a year, all meteorologists get together, they put on sweatpants, and then they put an actual crown onto the Euro model's head. They eat a New Orleans king cake, and then they do a dance. Is it a ritual? I don't know. I'm just saying that, like, when you have model agreement 10 days out on area and somewhere near intensity, it's definitely time to pay attention if you're anywhere on the Gulf. Or I guess you're even a Wall Street trader who just likes to trade stocks on people's misery. I don't know if Mother Nature's trying to send us signs, but I am pointing out this was the supercell waterspout / tornado that was in the Gulf of Galveston today. Zip, zap, pow. Huh? Wait. We've just been seeing some active shiz around the place or whatever. And I want to remind people, almost all the meteorologists out there, professional or hobbyists, are basically saying this is going to be a very, very, very active hurricane season. So if you're not getting hit by a hurricane, I suggest you be thankful, grateful. California's about to get hit with a weird storm. That's not what this video is about. We're looking at possible low wind shear in this area. We're looking at hot waters in the Gulf. Is that due to all these volcanoes going off? Definitely maybe, man. Definitely maybe. I'm in a good mood and I'm acting weird because I'm optimistic about this month's fundraiser, the hurricane season fundraiser. So forgive me, please. We're talking about a favorable Madden-Julian oscillation for upward motion. Surrounding waters are very warm. Tropical heat potential is very favorable and a less sheared environment. I will now let the models do the talking while I say silly and wacky stuff. All right, we're on the beginning of May, and you can see no matter what, like Central America and Guatemala and those areas, Costa Rica, listen to the stars, are going to get some heavy, heavy, life-threatening and very, very dangerous rain. And my weird fear is that this thing jumps over right here early, and so this thing hits sooner and then doesn't have the whole mountain range to deal with. But for now, models are having it meander for like 4 days and then head north. And remember, anytime the models and Mother Nature can surprise us, and so nothing happens at all. And that would be super, because 2020 seems to be having a lot of stuff happening all the time, every single day, every hour, just nonstop events. But as I want to remind you, I said that May was going to be a really, really, really difficult month. And I was right. Okay, so that would bring it into Texas as a strong tropical storm. And it would go slow, so it would bring a lot of rain. Not as much rain as Harvey. Remember that thing? And the models have been showing it strengthening as it goes north, which I think is weird. When I say models, I mean 2 GFS runs. And then, but at the very end, the 384-hour GFS, which they tell you never to look at or your eyes will burn out and fall out of your head. And then the devil will come and take your soul. And it's like, I told you, if you ever looked at the 384-hour GFS, you're going to hell. All right, I'm making stuff up. Man, I'm really optimistic about my fundraiser in a time when we're going through an economic downturn. Maybe I'm being delusional, but I do a great job, and I'm going to be doing a great job all throughout hurricane season. Okay, and then at the very end of the hour 384 GFS, we get another thing that may or may not be forming in the same area. Remember, if hurricane season is anything like the rest of 2020, then it's not going to be a whole lot of fun, and it's going to be very dangerous. Now we're looking at the very latest run of the CMC Music Factory, which is the name of the model. But notice how the whole CAG, Central American Gyre, just kind of hangs out there. And this draws it up as a much bigger storm. It uses like a weird dotsy thing for its animation. And so it just kind of hangs out there for a couple days, which doesn't allow it to intensify as much because it hangs over mountainous range. And so, but definitely the CMC has it dropping heavy rain over the Central America, and then it moves north, and that would be a tropical storm. And this isn't totally like, this would make it the size of the Gulf of Mexico. The icon also has a very large wet situation that hangs out over Central America for a long time and then much slower starts to move north. And it has it being a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. But it's moving real slow and it's very wet. So this would be a very, very rainy situation. And it's just, I mean, it's pushing moisture straight up. And if it continued to move that slow, it would be a flood maker for sure. And now we're looking at the King Euro. And this would be the 28th of May, which is today. And then we get some type of cyclonic thing. This was the thing that ended up in New Hampshire, or Maine, and a few model runs before, but now it has it going out to sea or up to very tip top of Canada. And so you get your one low here, and then you get one low here. And then there's our big storm. And so this then moves north as this starts to move north. Notice how this is then going straight north. This moves straight over. This is the situation I fear, because if it moved to here by the 2nd, it could be up in here by as fast as the 4th. I don't think we're prepared for that. And then it has it move straight backwards south. And it moves south again. But then it, like, as it goes west, a storm reforms itself, begins to reform in the Euro. And this would be on the 7th. And so whatever the situation is happening in the Caribbean Gulf of Mexico is very interesting. And I will be watching it obsessively. Do you want to watch my obsessions? I mean, we still got 10 more days before this thing happens, and we know what's going to go on. And so if you think it's fun and you like to watch the patterns and the trends, then yeah, definitely come along. You're more than welcome. And if you want to contribute to my YouTube channel so I continue to bring you all this excellence all the time, You can do that. I got a address. I miss getting letters in the mail. I haven't gotten a letter in the mail in weeks. I miss getting letters in the mail. T. Lewison, 5430 Birdwood Road, number 416, Houston, Texas, 77096. I got a PayPal link, Venmo, Cash App, Patron. This is for the June 2020 hurricane season fundraiser. I've got $1,667 left to raise. But I got to say thank you to Jose, Jess, CS Siri, and the mystery Mr. Super Chat person who was there like 2 nights ago. You guys are great. You're fantastic. I love you, Asteroid Fight Club. I know times are tough, so take care of yourself, your family, your friends around you first. But if you got some left over, please kick it my way, because I work hard, and pretty much this is like all I do all the time. I could use a day or 2 off if that situation ever shows up. Anyway, God bless everyone. Stay cool. Have a great week and a great life and a great day and a great month and a great summer.